Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Tyler here with
Secure Team.
It's good to
See you.
I know many of you have been wondering where I've been.
Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys.
The emergency destruct system is now active.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
This is Sparta!
Fatality.
Welcome to episode number 356 of the UFO Buster Radio News Report. This is the podcast where you get rid of all your notions. You get rid of everything you know about a podcast that deals with UFOs and aliens. You throw that shit right the fuck out the window. You made a mistake by hitting play. You really did. Like, if you're like the old school person that used to listen to Coast to Coast, Art Bell and them guys, yeah, you're in for a surprise. And if you've got, if you got issues and you got that steel rod up your behind, up your anus, and this probably is not the podcast for you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just wanted to lay it out there. Let me just put it out there for you, so we don't have any questions or any, hurt feelings going back and forth because you're trolling me because you don't like what you hear. This is the podcast that deals with the topic of ufology in space with the hashtag no fucks are given, because we don't give none. None of us. Not me, not the usual listeners, not even Bugs. He gives no fucks either. That's because they cut his boys. But he doesn't give them either. Totally. He's done. Hump day means nothing to him. That's how much no fucks he gives. I know. He's behind me listening, so I'm sure he's going to fart it up now. Well, welcome to the podcast. My name is Manny, also known as the Moonraker. I got a couple of shout-outs. First one, we got the Discord fan chat. Now, I did not set this up, but I am the one who's running it now because they handed over the reins to me. And I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, to be honest with you. But the guys that you normally hear me call out or mention that they're making statements or comments during the live podcast, they're the ones who set it up. And we're in there every day. So I want to give a shout out to Nightmare out of Florida and Dre out of Texas. Welcome to the Discord chat room. A group room. I don't even know what the hell they call it. Discord is like really strange. So really, it was for like gamers and stuff. So, but I guess we can use it for this because I saw a couple of other chats in there for groups that weren't necessarily all about gaming. But it's a pretty cool platform, and for the most part, the guys that you hear me mention during the live broadcast that are in the live chat box, sending messages and stuff like that, they're in there, like a Green Man, Blue Chicken, Gutter or Gooter, and Dave is in there. The only ones we don't have, a couple of the other ones that seem to have disappeared. Ronnie Dawson. Ronnie Dawson is someone we need to get in there. Yeah, we need to get old Ronnie Dawson inside Discord. I know he'll chat that shit up. Yeah, there is no doubt about that. As a matter of fact, he sent me a message that he's got Bigfoot stories because on the last Dark Horde episode, it was all about Bigfoot, and Ronnie has seen one. And even to add insult to injury, as they used to say in wrestling, there is actually a town called Bigfoot, Texas. What the fuck is up with that? Bigfoot, Texas. Did they run out of names? I don't know. I mean, it's like the last thing I would call a town, Bigfoot. This is kind of the pre-episode nonsense that I like to bring up. But yeah, welcoming those guys to the Discord, chat, group, whatever, fan thing. If you're interested, if you look in the description, the link is in there. Just click it. Just click it. That's all you got to do. Get in there, register, and talk about stuff. When I tell you the conversation is not just about UFOs and aliens, it's not. Of course you can bring it up. That's okay. That's how we started this. But it turns into everything else. The guys are into sharing barbecue sauce recipes. Some of the stuff that they do on the side, like turning wood. Don't take it personally. Like turning wood, or messing with cars and things like that. They're pets. It is a normal group where I get to interact with the listeners, find out about them, what they do in their day-to-day, and they find out about me and Bugs and the whole gang. But it's very casual, very open. You can say whatever the fuck you want. I mean, shit, listen to the podcast. Whatever happens here is the same thing that happens there. It's about the same. But, it's not a situation where you're going to be attacked, because that's not what we do. Everyone's cool. They're chill, if you will. I mean, how could we not be? We have someone named Blue Chicken in it. We have to be chill. Otherwise, we'd think that he was a plant by Corey Good. He's a blue avian trying to scope us out and finally take us all out with their perched ships and stuff like that. So the episode today, we got 3 articles that we want to chat about. And one of them is sad news, right? We are still in the pandemic. The pandemic is still... And it's really funny because I think it was Monday, there was a drop in deaths. And I really don't know what to say. Victims of the pandemic. I hate saying deaths because it feels so dark. But it is dark. I know, I get it. So victims of the pandemic had kind of dipped a little bit in New York City. But then all of a sudden, holy shit. It's like bam, bam, day after day. They've increased. It's a really sad thing to see. New Jersey, the same thing. It's horrible. Thankfully, if there is a thankful situation for this, they're predicting a whole lot less victimization by the pandemics of people in the U.S. So we should see quite a big difference in how many of people fall victim to it. There's just no way to say it. It's so sad. It's really sad. But that's what we got. This episode, we also have tracks from Green Man's old group. I think the second gen was called Futile. We got 3 tracks from them. And we're about to get started with the first news report. But before I do that, Jeffrey Green. Jeffrey Green is someone on Twitter. When I tell you, I have never in my life seen anyone promote UFO Buster Radio by retweeting things like Jeffrey Green is doing. Jeffrey, you are the man. But there's one thing I gotta say, Jeffrey. Some of the stuff from 2017 is not even around anymore. Yeah. So we gotta bring you into today, Jeffrey. Come on over and join Discord, because we'd like to find out about you. Because that is crazy. You should see Jeffrey just retweeting tweets from way back when. Hell, I think even Big O was still around at that point. But I digress. Let's get into the first track so that we can get into this damn news to see what kind of crazy shit's going on.
so fine, you blew my mind, girl, but I don't even know your name. We like to hang with David Krause. You're friends with my friends aloud. You live up on the hill, but that won't stop me from taking you down. I like to bring you down. I like to lay you down. I like to get you on the floor, baby, pass you around. You know what I'm saying, girl? I thought you knew, girl. What you see is what you get. I thought you knew, girl. So next time don't forget. Yeah. I thought you knew. What you see is what you get. Too hard to forget that, baby. I can get you wet.
I think on that first track, I didn't get, I didn't get the full song. Jeez Louise, you know he warned me about that. Green Man, he warned me about that. That he sent me a second set of tracks, and I rubber digged that one big time. Sorry, Green Man, but we'll get it on the next episode for sure. We'll get the full track. That was a pretty interesting song. I liked it. So we got three songs, not three songs. See, I'm all about the music right now. We got three articles to talk about. The first one is really sad because it goes in line with the state, fuck, Bugs, really. He's out there wrestling with his damn bed. The very first one is a very sad story about an actor by the name of Jay Benedict. Now, the name probably does not ring a bell to you. Wasn't exactly like a headliner, right? But Jay Benedict was an actor in the movie Aliens, along with Sigourney Weaver. Yeah. He died at the age of 68 due to coronavirus complications. This virus, it knows no bounds. Leave our aliens alone, our alien actors. Come on. I have the link for the article which talked about the situations, what happened during the final days of Jay Benedict's life, but also I included the link to the IMDb website to the other movies. You can see what other movies Jay was in. There's a couple of popular ones. There's a couple where I'm thinking, was this maybe one of those movies that does not get broadcasted on public airways? Huh? What was Jay up to? That's what I want to know. But no, they all were TV broadcast or films. So poor Jay, he actually played Newt's father in this movie. Actually, it's right at the beginning where Newt and her family, along with Jay, who played a dad, were flying into the planet, and he was talking about what a great gold mine they were stumbling upon as far as the planet was concerned. And little did they know that they would all get probed by the xenomorph. Which is sad if we actually don't get to see that. That would have been exciting for me. Like if we saw all those fuckers on there and then all the fucking face huggers goes out after them and impregnates all of them. I mean, come on. That would have been classic. We need like a prequel just to cover that part. But yeah, sad to say Jay Benedict has passed away at the age of 68, I'm sorry. Some other things that he was in, by the way, he was big into stage acting, of course. And we know that he was in films. But he also did some voice work on a few documentaries and even video games, which seems to be the thing now, right? You can't get a real job. Not saying that Jay had this, situation because, I'm not going to talk ill of the dead. Not going to talk bad about him. But a lot of actors are turning to voiceover for games and documentaries and animation and stuff like that. But he was also did some voiceover for Miami Vice. I believe that's the video game. I don't know that they did a stage play or documentary on Miami Vice. I have no idea. Broken Sword, The Sleeping Dragon, and Mind Jack. Never heard of most of those, but hey, that is a sad news. COVID-19 took one of our faved alien actors, and it's pretty sad. it's just a sad situation all around. But it is what it is, man. We just got to deal with it. We got to move forward. And I'm sorry for his family's loss. That is a pretty sad thing to go through. The other thing is, COVID-19 is just crazy. The conspiracies that are coming out around this thing is bananas. And funny thing, before we get on to the next track, I was looking at the news today, and they were, Wuhan, Wuhan opened up in China, the epicenter for this particular virus. And when I looked at the TV, because I turned around, I wasn't looking at it when they announced it. I turned around, I figured I was going to see like a little, backcountry setting, a bunch of farms, someplace where a virus could really fucking grow. You know what I mean? Not a full-fledged fucking metropolis. What the hell does that tell us? That they're saying that this came out of a metropolis like that? Nothing but concrete and freaking steel? That is just so strange to me. Anyway, it just brought to mind all these conspiracy theories that COVID-19, the coronavirus, the COVID-19, that version, was apparently engineered as a weapon of choice. But, who knows? Who really knows how these things come about? That's not my expertise. Not that I have any, to be honest. But it is kind of freaky, though, that shit like this will come about just out of the blue. Check out this track. I think I'm just going to retire tonight because another song I picked that wasn't a full fucking song. What the hell is going on? What is wrong with just like a freaking hump day nightmare? I quit. I quit while I'm ahead. I know the next one's a full song because it's over 2 minutes, so I might get that one right. This one, next article we're going to talk about is it's the elephant in the room. And I've kind of avoided talking about it, but the issue is that I've got to ask, what in the hell is going on? What is really happening? What is going on with SpaceX and Elon Musk? Something is not right. Something is just not. I can't deal with them anymore. I can't. By the way, next week, apparently another 60 Starlink satellites are going up. 60 more. And still, Not one fucking astronomer. Not one fucking astronomer has been able to put the hammer down and get something going. Not a single one. It's the craziest thing ever. The article, which I'm sure you've already seen this because it happened back on April the 3rd, SpaceX loses its third Starship prototype during cryogenic test. I was tickled pink because my birthday's in March, or was in March, we're in April now, and I thought, damn, I will be able to go and personally go down to Boca Chica and see SN3, because they changed the names of the fucking things. And it wasn't like Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3 anymore. They changed that. They went to the SNs. And see SN3 take off. And I was excited about that, right? Because it was going to be potentially my birthday weekend that this went down. But, whatever. Shit didn't go right. And instead, SN3 made it kind of past my birthday, and they did the fucking test. The old cryo test. Yeah, that's what happened on the 3rd. So the guys at Boca Chica, they were getting ready. They did a pressure test. It did great. It did not blow up, didn't collapse, nothing. SN3 was well on its way to be taking off. That's the one thing we have not seen yet, is the full fucking ship take off. We saw the hopper, fantastic, the big R2-D2, but we haven't seen the entire phallus take off. We haven't. It just hasn't. So last Thursday night, they started doing the cryo testing, right? We've seen this before, and there you go. Apparently, it was chilled to the temperature that it would experience during a flight, and under those same type of pressures. And about 2 a.m. Texas time, it failed. It pretty much just collapsed. It looked like tin fucking foil. And it was over. It was done. Right after this happened, Elon Musk sent out a tweet, because he's like the president. He gets on that shit, gets to his phone and starts tweeting. He probably didn't even check to see who the fuck was out there. Anybody get hurt? Hell no. As soon as he saw that shit collapse, he got on his Twitter and he's what's going to town. He pretty much said, hey, basically, it seems like maybe it wasn't so much the design on the SN3. Maybe it was a test configuration that fucked it all up. But he wasn't going to know till the morning. The reason why I like this article, because it actually has a recap of their efforts in trying to test the full-size Starship. Yeah. So from Mark 1, SN1 through 4. And 4, it began construction back in March. It hasn't begun testing yet. The idea is that it'll begin testing this month sometime. So if the pattern holds true, that means SN4, more than likely sometime in May, will be scheduled to take off. I'm not holding my breath, to be honest. I'm not. It is really going bad. Really bad. SN1, they began constructing it on October 2019, and it failed during a pressure test on February 28th. SN2 was being constructed in February, and it failed right after it went to the test bed, and a thrust puck at the base of the rocket failed. SN3 construction began in March 2020, and that's when we just talked about the cryogenic test failure. Pooped the damn rocket, it collapsed, gone. And so now we're waiting on SN4, and there's probably an SN5 and 6 somewhere in the fucking country, somewhere being built as we wait to see what happens to SN4. Plus, they also had that one facility that they were building out on the west coast in California And don't forget, there's also one on the East Coast, which apparently they took a lot of that equipment and shipped it over to Boca Chica. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. Can SN4 get it up? Will we see that shiny phallus take off? I don't know. I'm starting to lose faith in them. About the only thing they can do is get these damn Starlinks up. And we don't even know if they fucking work, right? But I'm sure Elon will tell you they do, because he appears to be one of the only people that can log into them. Now, there is a growing list of organizations that will not use Starlink, apparently. There was one article that talked about that the state of New York, the Department of Education in New York will not allow its schools to use the Starlink satellites. I mean, the fucking thing is not even started yet, so I don't know what they know, but I'm sure there is a fear that eventually someone's going to hack the fuck out of those things, and there goes all the important information. And the idea that this is controlled by SpaceX, but you're also going to have governments using this as well as citizens. It just seems like it's a train wreck. There is a train wreck heading our way in the form of Starlink, and I don't know. It seems really scary. It seems like we're about to get rubber dicked in some way by the whole Starlink situation, and maybe not. I still feel that this is not for the internet. This is really to help the Starships, SN5000 when it finally fucking goes up, to help them navigate space, to enhance communication with those vehicles. That's really what I think it's for. But time will tell. We'll find out in the near future if that's what it's all about. The link for this one is in the description. There's a little more information behind the accidents, the implosions, the failures of these first four Starships, and we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm looking forward to driving down there to Boca Chica again and try to get my rocket on and sit there and watch it. Now, it'll be my luck that I go down there and that rocket actually takes off, but then it crash lands and burns the whole place up. That would be my luck indeed.
Scars. I'll brush you off just like the dust upon my shoulder. I have a hunch of who you are. Believe it or not, I got the strength to blow you over. I'm a hurricane, I'm bringing thunder and rain. I'm a hurricane if you get in my
There was another article in the, I think it was the Express UK about Pareidolia Pete, Scott C. Waring, finding alien structures on Mars. I couldn't do back-to-back stories on that knucklehead, so I just didn't do it. I turned the other cheek, literally. This next article comes from sci-fi.com, and basically it's about our interstellar travelers. Yeah. The interstellar kind. The ones that come from deep space that all of a sudden science was starting to recognize. This all started with Oumuamua, and the fact that piece of whatever the fuck it was so different from anything else that science has seen before. And so it led to all these conspiracies regarding it being a piece of an alien artifact, or maybe a patrol ship, a drone or some shit like that was, coming in from 4.2 far. The article titled, "An Alien Comet Dropped Something Off on Its Way Out of the Solar System." This is not Oumuamua because, like a month later, maybe a little more, a amateur astronomer by the name of Borisov spotted another interstellar object. This one was more like what astronomers were used to seeing, so it was cool now. Oh shit, look, it's familiar. Now we can talk about it. Now we can examine it because it looks like half the shit we look at anyway. Now we're the experts. Now we're in the know. Well, Borisov, was discovered late in 2019. And what's funny about this one is they were all excited about it because it's getting closer. Let's see what it looks like. And then they were like, oh, it just looks like all the other shit we look at. Looks familiar. It's just weird that it's coming from outside of the solar system. We don't know where it's coming from. But they found many common elements within, the corona and the tail of this particular comet. And it became a plain Jane all of a sudden. So the fact that the damn thing came from all the way out in the middle of fucking nowhere, it was kind of lost on them. Like I would think, here we have a comet. Looks like all of our other fucking comets came from somewhere else. Well, that comet should be a fucking superstar because it's telling us that the same shit is happening here. It's happening somewhere else. And so there could be a solar system just like ours. It's full of all the shit that we have, including the hairless monkeys. But that kind of got lost on them. They went through it and they did all these things. And they figured that it's emitting vapor because it was getting closer to the sun. Because its trajectory took it close to the sun towards the center of our solar system and then back the fuck out on the back end. But something strange happened, something that was really weird, and it happened on March 23rd. Hubble, which I don't know how that fucking thing is still working, but Hubble was taking pictures of this Borisov, and everything looked great. Normal looking comet, right? Looks like everything else in our solar system. It's all good. But on the 28th, something went awry. Borisov, and I think the full name is 2I Borisov, split in two. Just like that. Fuck. I'm done. I'm just going to split in half. Had it with this damn solar system. So, of course, the conspiracies and the alien hunters went completely fucking bananas. The theory is that 2I Borisov split in two because it was leaving a ship behind. Yeah. You know, like kind of like the fish that swim in water and have a smaller fish on the bottom and the fucking thing just jumps off. That's what they were saying. It dropped off a drone, a smaller spaceship, and or a shuttle was another thing. And maybe it's part of an invasion plan. See what happens? Like, you can't show people shit. You can't even share anything. Like, who the fuck are they invading? Because they left the whole... weren't even on our side of the solar system anymore. The damn thing went past the sun already. So who the fuck are they invading? Oh, okay. Nibiru. I got it. They were going back home. That's one of the... well, actually, there's several of the conspiracy theories there. What science is saying is, hey, probably not aliens, because it is, after all, an interstellar ice ball, which went past a fairly small star, but still pretty hot nonetheless. And these things tend to split. They split because they have a bunch of fissures, a bunch of ice on it, and that just happens. The funny thing about this article is that this individual that wrote it was pretty excited about it. According to them, they're like, yeah, I was hoping it was an alien invasion. I don't think anyone really should wish for that, because be careful what you wish for. Because that would be some serious, unadulterated probings. And that sounds pretty ugly to me. But the individual, the author, said, yeah, I was really excited about this. Did this particular comet drop something? Because it was from interstellar space, because it's from deep space somewhere outside of our solar system, did it drop off or split off because it was a drone? Was this a planned event? To date, the science community is pretty much convinced that that is a nay. Nothing special. Apparently, these fuckers do this all the time. Comets are constantly splitting, especially when they come next to a heat source. A process that, if you've watched icebergs in Alaska or further north, and you've seen them break off when it gets warmer up there, it's the same process, they're saying. Same thing is happening there with these meteors. So, for the most part, science is saying no. It's a great little comet. 2I Borisov showed people a lot of things, especially the fact that it was so mundane. That is the most special thing about it, because it was no different than what we have, and that really is something that should be celebrated, because it brought ice and water and vapor from a completely different part of the galaxy. And who knows how long that thing's been traveling. That is what made Borisov 2I special when it comes to us people on the third planet from the sun. As far as what it dropped off, there are some pictures in this article that Hubble took, which kind of leads you up to the split, but they didn't really show anything after that. They showed the initial split and no other images, but I'm sure if Pareidolia Pete can go onto a NASA website and pull up all kind of shit, you and I can go to NASA, and I'm sure they'll have images of the entire split process that 2I Borisov went through, or is still going through, as a matter of fact, because that's only about, a little bit over a week ago. Fascinating as it is, sad to say, it appears that 2I Borisov did not drop off an alien ship or an invasion force to double back and come after the Earthlings, as they say. Check out the link, it's in the description. More data for you and pictures. And I actually have one full song here, it looks like. And I like the title of it. It's called Titty.
A little story about the girl 60 years was all, but she was on the truth. My Mac while I was facing the wall, but the contention was a high she met me in a pop school. I was doing what I got and she was staying in school. The bitch started tripping, trying to jump into my action and started hitting me up for all the shit that I was catching. Yeah, what could I do? I still need you, girl. Baby, you're so fine. Won't you be mine, all mine, baby?
By the way, today on the Discord chat, Dre, he shared a picture of a semi that's a transport truck. It says Area 51 Transport. What a fascinating truck. And it's funny because I started doing some research on it. Because like, God, who the fuck drives? Is there really a company that's a transport company that drives a semi that says Area 51 on it? It was pretty cool. It kind of took me back to the days where I was thinking it might be a good idea to buy a semi and just make the back like a command center to go from one UFO conference to the next. But the funny thing is I started searching for it and I found listings for it all over the internet. I even found a Reddit post where it was spotted on one of the Dallas highways. And it turns out that this transport company actually does runs from Texas all the way up to Chicago, and they transport expensive vehicles. There was one quote where they were apparently transporting some Ferraris and things like that in it. Fascinating truck, but there is only one according to this. It is a single proprietorship. It is only one truck in the fleet. In the off chance that you happen to be listening to this, if you are the owner of this particular transport company, give me a call. I'd like to chat with you. Maybe even have you on the podcast to find out why would you make it an Area 51 transport truck. I'm sure the story behind that is pretty fascinating, to say the least, because we know that a lot of truckers out there, especially the ones that travel from long haul from one side of the country to the next, they see a lot of shit at night, especially at night. So I could just imagine what this individual is seeing that kind of, or have seen, or maybe he's an experiencer, who knows. But that would actually drive them to name their company that. That's some interesting stuff, I gotta say. This is the episode for today. I am checking out. Don't forget to check out the podcast. Don't forget to share it. And it's okay to communicate with the podcast. Send us questions, statements, whatever you want. I am open to it. And if you feel lucky and brave enough, you might consider going onto Discord. I'm telling you, the chat, it stays on good. I mean, I'm not in there all the time, but the guys are in there to share a lot of information, experiences, and it just lets you know that we can be human and civil with each other, even if we're talking about aliens and UFOs and our boy Elon Musk. So for now, ciao. And don't forget to tune into the Thursday Freakout, which is tomorrow, 10 p.m. Central. Sayonara.
love.